Let us write a Python program using functions to calculate simple interest. Okay, so you can take a new file, you can save the file, it's already saved. You can start with a comment. Okay, now how do you calculate simple interest? First, PNR should be entered from the keyboard. After that, you can calculate simple interest using the formula P into N into R divided by 100, and after that the answer should be displayed. So what are the functions required in this program? 1. In order to read PNR from the keyboard, you need a function. 2. In order to calculate simple interest and display simple interest, we need another function. So total 2 functions are required, and in the main function you need to call these functions. Okay, so I am going to create the first function that will read PNR from the keyboard. How do you create a function? Start with the keyword def followed by name of the function. So let me write read r PNR followed by function symbol followed by colon. Now certainly you should write a document string used to read P, N and R. Now how can you read P from the keyboard? P is equal to float, then you can write input, enter P. Okay. Similarly, how can you read N and the R? In a similar way you can do that. Copy paste, here N, here N. It's already copied, so you can paste it. Change the variable names R, here R. So you created a function by the name rpnr used to read P, N and R from the keyboard. Now this function knows the value of the variables P and R. When the control goes back to the main function, these values are lost. So you want these values to be available in the main function. For that, what can you do? You should return P, N, R. Okay, so return PNR means these values are returned to the main function so that it is available in the main function. So I created a function by the name rpnr. What is the next function that you need? You should calculate simple interest and the answer should be displayed in the computer's monitor. Okay, so let me create the next one. Def followed by name of the function, function symbol, colon. To begin with, you can simply write function symbol. Later, if anything is there to be passed, we will pass it. Now, the first line, document string. Calculate and display simple interest. Okay, how do you calculate simple interest? It is P multiplied by N multiplied by R divided by 100. It can be stored in a variable, say SI, simple interest equals, and the answer may be displayed in the computer's monitor. So you can display the answer simple interest equals, what is the variable name? SI. Okay, so I created one more function, but there is a problem. This function does not know the values of the variables P, N and R. Okay, here it is returned to the main function. So from the main function you need to pass them. So you can pass P, N, R. So while calling this function from the main function, we will pass P, N and R so that these values are available inside this function so that simple interest is calculated properly and the answer displayed. Now you can save your file. When I run the program, you can see no output. See, No output. Reason, I just created two functions. I did not call them. I did not use them in my program. I told you execution of a Python program starts and ends at the main function. So here the main function does not contain any line, any statement. So let me write a comment. Is this enough? No, this is just a comment ignored by the compiler. Main function still does not contain any statement. So first I am going to read PNR. For that you can call this function. Yeah. Okay. Indentation is important. This is wrong. Now this is part of this function. Okay. So if you want that to be part of main function, it should be indented like this. Now the working is like this. When you run the program, execution of a Python program starts at the main function. You call this function, the control comes here. Suppose P is 1000, N is 5, R is 12. So return 1000, 5, 12. That is returned to this point. So here there should be someone to collect them. P, N, R equals. So PNR is returned to this point. Now that is stored in this variable. Now in order to calculate interest, you should call this function. How do you call a function? It is name of the function followed by function symbol. And these values should be passed to this function. Okay. So here you can pass it. Now save your file, run the program. You will get the answer. See, 600. Okay, so how did the program execute? When you run the program, control comes here, comment ignored by the compiler, control goes to next line. Assignment operator means right hand side is executed first, that is assigned to left hand side. So on encountering a function call, the control comes here, PNR entered from the keyboard. Suppose if it is 1000, 5 and 12, return 1005 and 12. That comes here, that is assigned to these variables. Again you call a function, control comes here, 1000 is passed to this variable, 5 is passed to the second variable, and R is passed to the third variable. Here you calculate the interest, it is stored in this variable, answer displayed. After executing a function, control returns to the point from where the function was called. So control returns to this point. No more statements are there in the main function, which means the program terminates. Okay, so this is the working of the second program.